Well, I hope that's working. Hi, everybody. It's JoProgo. You know that. This is the channel where my videos are. Do you want to see? Well, maybe you don't want to see something gross, but I'm going to show you something gross. So, warning, I've been trying to kill the warts on my feet. And it's disgusting, so just look. It's disgusting. I've stopped trying to kill them and just given up. Did I ever tell you the story about Melvin and my journey with warts? I don't know if I have, but I'll tell you really quickly, in case you don't know. Maybe you know, and this is repeating myself. I had one wart on the top of that foot, just one, for a long time, and then tried to kill it, and I had some on the bottom of my feet too. So, like, got them all frozen, and all the ones on the bottom of my feet were dead and gone, but the one on the top of my foot came back. And then I tried again, and it came back. And we're talking, like, I think this has been, like, a 10-year battle. Literally since I was, like, no, it can't be 10 years. More like 7 years. Like a 7-year battle. So anyways, then at some point I went to, like, a special, like, foot doctor person. This would have been in 2011. And we, like, froze the shit out of that wart, and, like, I took medication and I treated it with lots of other things. We did, like, 5 different things to try and kill Melvin. I named the wart Melvin at some point because I was like, this wart is not leaving. So then we thought it was dead and gone and over. And I was like, hurrah, we beat up Melvin. We killed him. Killed them. Him? I don't know. Melvin's pronouns are not known to me. But then, like, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, Melvin came back, and along with Melvin came, like, I don't know, like 10 other Melvin babies, like, on the top of my foot, as you saw. So then I called it the constellation Melvin because it's like a constellation of warts on my foot. So I decided that the more I tried to kill Melvin, the more Melvin, like, fought back and tried to take over my foot. So I had decided to not do anything about the warts. But then last week I was at the pharmacy here in Sweden, and Sweden is a country, and I'm not living in the entire country. I'm living in a city, town, place called Karlstad. So we were at the pharmacy, and I was like, I want to try and kill my warts. So we got this stuff. I don't know where it is. But if you look on my Instagram, I have an Instagram, you can look on there. I'll put it in the information below. Anyways, this is just 3 days of treatment of trying to kill Melvin. And as you see, my skin is being burned through. Like, it just keeps burning. But if you could look, if maybe you can see it on Instagram, or maybe you could see it on the camera, the warts are not dead at all. They're still thriving, still alive in the middle of my, like, burned up, painfully wounded skin. So I have gone back to my former way of thinking about my warts, about my constellation Melvin, and I'm like, just be at peace, let the warts do what they want. There's obviously no defeating them unless I, like, cut off my own foot, but I like my foot, it's useful, except right now when it hurts like shit. So anyways, that's my story about trying to kill my warts in Sweden. In other news, my nose itches, but in other news, I finished my semester. Woohoo! My term at school, my last term at my school that I've been going to since 2014. So that's like 5 different, I think I've done 5 terms at that school. So I was really close to graduating. And then my school ran out of money and now it's closed. I told you that last time I YouTubed. So I finished my term last week, the last term that Nyla will ever have. And I feel really sad about that. Have felt really sad about that. I finished it on Friday. And now I have to like go to the next thing, which is getting transferred to my new school, because I decided that I really need to finish my degree. Like, it's a thing that I really want, and it's a thing that I've worked really hard for and have been working hard for 2.5 years, and so I should finish it, and I can have it finished by the end of the year. Like, I can graduate in December. I just have to work my ass off for like 5 months, which is fine, I guess. Like, I don't know. I've been doing school for so long now that it's just like what I do, and I'm like, yeah, it's hard, but it's not like, it's hard work that I know I'm capable of doing. So, or if I'm not capable of doing it all the time, usually I find professors who are really kind about like not being that firm about deadlines, or like demanding that I have read every single word of every single book. Sometimes I skim through a book, or sometimes I read online Spark Notes. Not as much anymore. Oh yeah, since I figured out that audiobooks make it much easier for me to read, I've been able to like read my books that I've been assigned for the most part. So anyways, there's that story for you. My mental health is really hard to manage right now, and because of that, like, I'm not really managing it very well. Over the weekend, I self-harmed, like a trigger warning, self-harmed over the weekend, and ended up cutting myself. Not very deep, because I don't cut very deep, because I don't want to get an infection. But anyways, that happened, and that sucks. But it had been like months and months of like having the urge to self-harm, and like fighting it and fighting it and fighting it, and I guess I was done fighting it this weekend because I'm tired, like so tired. So I didn't fight it, I just did it. So there's some honesty for you. Enjoy that. Ooh, now I feel all vulnerable. I don't know what else to say about self-harm, so I'm just gonna move on from that topic. Another thing I wanted to say was that I've read all the really sweet, wonderful, beautiful comments you all left me on the last video I made, that really long one, and I like, thank you. It's really nice to hear from you all. It's really nice to be talking to you all again. I've missed you, and it just like, the words that you say mean a lot to me. The words that you write, you don't say them, because this is an internet relationship, although I say things to you. Anyways, the words that you write mean a lot to me, and you all are just so very kind and sweet, and I'm really glad to be like in communication again. So, I don't know what else to say now. Don't know what else to say at all. So I guess that's all that I have to say right now. Oh, this week I'm going to, me and my partner Lou are going to go to this place that I can't pronounce, but I'll try and pronounce it for you. Vergen, something. It's the Swedish migration office in another town, to try and get me a long-term visitor's permit, so that I don't have to leave the country very soon, like in the next month. So we're doing that on Wednesday, and I'm super nervous about that because I hate going to things like this. But I also have nowhere to live in the US. So it'd be great if I could continue living here, because I need to live somewhere. And also I like living with Lou. But I'm nervous about that. I told you that already. And I don't know what else I'm doing this week. I don't know if you care. I don't know if I care. Whoa. I just feel tired and overwhelmed, and like there's too much to do. Oh, I'd have to like apply to new school this week and get that sorted out and talk to them about accessibility, disability accommodations, all those words, to see about getting books on audio, and if I can bring my service dog, which shouldn't be a problem, except that I'm nervous to like travel internationally with her again, because it's a lot of stress on her and it's a lot of stress on me. It's less stressful for me to travel with her, but it's stressful for her. So I don't know if I want to do that to her with only like a 10-day turnaround. It's very quick. And seems like a lot to ask of her. So I don't know what'll happen with that. I don't know what's happening with anything. That's not true. I'm still living here for the time being. It just feels like my life blew up and blew out and fell apart, and it's really fucking scary. I never thought, well, when I was younger, I thought that at 27 I would like have stable life figured out. Like I'd have a job and a place to live consistently, and I guess when I was much younger, I thought I would also like be married and have children by now. But thank science and growing up that I am not married and I have no children, and I don't plan on ever having children or ever being married. So there's that for you. So 27 is nothing like what I thought it would be when I was younger. When I was 26, I imagined 27 being a little bit like this. So maybe I'm learning. But it's really different, and what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you all that 27 is nothing like I thought it would be, and I have no idea what the rest of my life will look like, because none of it has turned out the way that I thought it would. And that's okay. It's just fucking scary as hell. I don't find hell that scary, actually, because of my changed belief systems. So that's not really a good comparison. It's scary as car accidents, or scary as plane crashes. Like, it's scary right now. And I hope it works out, my life, in a direction that I want it to go, whatever direction that is. I really like the direction my book is going in, that I'm writing, and I think that if it all goes to plan, which nothing in my life has gone to plan, so that's probably not going to happen. But anyways, at this point, I'm planning on having my book finished, like fully written and everything, and ready to go to publishers by summer of 2017. So that's like 6 months after I graduate. So, that's what I'm shooting for. Aiming for? That's what I'm hoping for and working for. Those are more accurate adjectives. So a year sounds like a long time, but I've been working on this book since 2013. So that's already like 3 years. So what's another year? Plus I really like the direction that it's going in. I feel like it's much more like the book that I imagined it being, rather than the book that I've been writing for the last 3 years. Like, I've just been trying to figure out how to make it have the right kind of tone and the right kind of words, and have the characters be real people, or feel like real people. They're fictional characters, not real people. But in my head, they feel like real people. So I hope that works out, and that in a year and a half or 2 years, maybe, or it might take a long time to get it published, or I might publish it myself. But I'm hoping that not very much longer in life, there will be a book that I can tell you all that I have written and can be read, and I can share it with you all, because that's like what I most want to do, is have this book done and bound, or like digitalized, and have an audio version, because those help me so much, and I know they help so many people so much. I'm really looking forward to the time when I can tell you all, like, hey, my book is done. If you want it, here's how you can get it. Because like when I write this book, and when I think about the audience I'm writing for, I think about all of you, and I think about what kind of a book you all might want to read. And that's the kind of book that I'm trying to write. Of course, I don't know what you all want, so I don't know what I'm trying to say now. I don't want to assume what you want, but I'm trying to write a book that feels most like the kind of book that I would want to read also, like, as a non-binary person, as an autistic person out in the world, like, trying to write a book for us, for non-binary people, for autistic non-binary people, for, our community. So, writing book. It's really hard work, and I love the work. I love the hard work of writing a book. It's thrilling. And I just wrote a big section last week for my end of term to turn into my professor. So yeah, that's my book story. I've told you so many stories. My book story, my wart story, my self-harm story a little bit. Do you want to know any other stories? I don't have any more on the top of my head. So now I think I'm really going to go, because who knows how long this video is. Oh yeah, I told you the comments story about how much I love your comments. I guess that's all. I'm going to go edit this. Well, edit at least the sound in this so that you can hear me well. But I probably won't do any other editing because I just don't have a lot of energy. I love you all. It's really good to talk to you, and I will talk to you again soon. And that's all.